runs him down. Actually, well, Kuro, I mean, Kuro was really going for it there. They'll try to kill him off for that one. Well, we first blood there for Snake King.
I'm just getting
I admire Kuro's aggression. You know, he's like, I got this PA, shadow work down on Skeeter. I'm going to go and punch him in the face as well. Ends up falling flat on his face.
Yeah, this is how strong PA is, because of course, you know, you have the dagger slow, the ooze, then the spring as well. Even though the warlock had a stick, a fairy, and the hill, you're not going to be surviving V3 heroes. No. You know, you respect the gusto.
Yeah, he was going for it, Kuro.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, that's what we want to see, some aggression, some action this game. So we get some more of that.
And you see, they've kind of shifted into the idea as well, because they put the warlock in the off lane as well, moved away from the classic Weaver being the 4 position. Of course, Proki is 5, but it's you put the heal, Bane PA lanes or PA +1. It's all about poking the enemy down when they're half HP. That's when you jump them and you try and punish them. You put a warlock on that lane, the whole kill threat of Bane PA is completely gone, right? So I actually kind of like it, as long as Mind Control can accelerate his timing to get a point where he has armor. Right now, he has no armor items in his inventory, but if he does go for the helm, or he's like a casual buckler, something like that, they will be able to free farm up here.
Yeah.
But
look at this aggression. They see exactly when they can try and get aggressive onto Mind Control. He will be fine this time round. Heal comes through from Shadow Word. Same time on the other side of the map, Nigma Galaxy will get themselves a kill. Top lane Skeeter trying to jump in for Kuro. Again, not enough damage to take either of them down, but still bullying them back, giving themselves some space to hit the creeps. But yeah, they got the kill down bottom there. GH was able to pick that one up.
yeah, so what happened in bot lane, it was GH when he hit level 2, he did have his Swarm available, so he was able just to chase down, unlike most supports who go for the Germinate attack, picking up Swarm at 3. Kind of a surprising skill build, did kind of catch Tundra off guard there. But early on, Nigma trying to poke and prod a little bit, and of course we haven't mentioned it much, but we are going to be seeing RMN on this mid laner. His type of game is going to be that Yule's BKB-esque front-lining style hero that can just pump out the damage, and Nigma's looking to play out their lanes, get that Roshan, and then send it into Tundra. Like if they pause or wait at any moment in this game, and PA gets, you know, Battle Fury Deso +1, it's only Beastmaster with the Raw that's going to be able to prevent the PA from having a free game. And of course, Spirit Breaker as well, just charging on through. So
we'll see. Fado and Kuro trading hits here in the jungle. So who's able to win this off here? Kuro, yeah, we'll start to back off now. The Shadow Word comes to an end, but Fado will have that nightmare. The jump over from Skeeter. Looks like Kuro's pretty dead. Skeeter able to pick up a kill in this top lane, get himself back to the creeps. Bottom lane, aggression onto Snake King, but a quick surge from 33 gets Snake King away from the two of them. Farm-wise down here, RTW having final time, 16-4.
Don't burn your
No
fingers.
struggle here on the CS in the bottom lane.
Don't waste your effort.
and also mid going pretty well as well. Like Lina is actually a really good hero against Spirit Breaker because you play on range, which gives you enough time early on. The speed of charge doesn't allow you to connect before Lina can stun you with the LSA, and also you just wave clear. But the fact that the CS is pretty even, it's faring pretty well for Spirit Breaker, not really getting too zoned out right now.
See them trying to poke at Fada, but these two heroes on their own right now can't really kill Fada off. They'll come over to the small camp, but again, this is space for Skeeter, so he's going to be happy. Bottom lane, another attempt on the Snake King. It's time round. Oh, he's going to be fine.
Very close.
Quick little dodge takes the bug off him. And the Snake King will be able to reset once again. 33. Some nice surges to keep his support alive.
Charging.
RMN.
Oh, see.
He's in a bit of a deep position. Snake King going in with the spring. Snake King, he's got the stick charge. He's actually going to.
Will he dodge it?
No! Oh, he does. Snake King turns with the stun, dodges the damage.
Charging 2.
He needs it. No, yeah, he's going to have the top of the bashes as well. Oh, it's unfortunate for RMN. Oh, 9. I mean, that was beautiful moves from Snake King, popping over to the mid like that. Sees RMN obviously in a very deep position now. He was up on the high ground on the enemy mid. And yeah, Snake King punishing it perfectly on minimal HP. Top lane, Mind Control. The turn throw the axes out, but nothing to stop Skeeter and Fada running him down, as they'll get themselves the kill.
But that's one of those. Oh, I just realized that they're using the Seb spray at Mind Control. Just play like Seb, mate. Oh,
see that? That's going on. The mind games. I mean, RMN, that's not his tower, but he was under it. he was having a great start. The CS, the laning was going great. This is 2 times now where RMN sort of found himself on the wrong side of the river.
And right now, what we're seeing here from Snaking is it's a perfect example of when you don't have the resources to play the lane, but you have enough to like just enable someone else to take the fight.
Brilliant
you don't
stuff.
have to run straight back to base, right? The fact that he stayed in the area, knew that 9 had kill threat,
And that he could get bashes, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the skilled part of the hero, please. But yeah, just the fact that Snaking was able to kind of just keep himself active on the map when realistically the call there from Nigma is, yo, Monkey's back to base, he's off map for 15 seconds, don't worry about him, right? That's why RMN's probably playing a little bit more aggressive, but no, just really playing the limits of his hero right now, and runs back to mid and of course gets the kill once again.
They've got to watch out for these snaking movements. They've been nice. So that's 33 on his own down bottom, but of course he's been able to pick up farm top lane. See them trying to going to get onto Fada, but these two just aren't really the killers that they want to be right now, Kuro and Micro. They're not going to get that sort of action. Mid lane, he's on the watch again. Snaking, he's got his eyes on RMN.
Yeah, they just toggled the vision right now for Nigma, and it is rather difficult for them right now. They're playing against heroes like Spearbreaker and Monkey King, and the map is complete darkness as 9 connects onto his charge.
He's got his ult in a second as well. And here he comes, knocks back RTW. That'll be the Luna gone. GH, he's going to get caught with the balance strike and the vacuum. Going to surge up 9. Does he want to dive in for this? Snaking's going to start tanking the tower hit so 9 can get in and help set up to pick up both kills off the back of that rotation.
Yeah, and this is where Tundra's kind of punishing the draft of Nigma right now. Because they don't have these cheap stuns that can move quickly around the map, they are falling victim to, if Spearbreaker moves, unless they use multiple TPs to an area, they are just going to be ran down. And just playing underneath their towers is like the best bet, but you can't at 7 minutes ask, yo, can you only farm in the towers? Like, that isn't really playing Dota, and that's why Tundra really is trying to use everything here.
Fada. He's going to go straight for the TP out, and he's going to make it out of there. The 3 of Nigma Galaxy coming to try and finally be able to punish him, and still unable to do so. And TPs are going to be pretty big this game. That's what the Lina picked up at the end, in addition to the stuns that they do have, but 2 of the major lockdowns the Nigma Galaxy are going to rely on are going to be those long cooldown ultimates. So heads up, escape there from Fada.
With the start that they've had on Spearbreaker and PA, you'd also argue that these heroes need a little bit more time to come online. And Nigma's best strategy would be, okay, lanes aren't going great, let's at least group up to hit an objective. But now that you've also got a slightly farmed Spearbreaker, Darks is having a very good time. He's nearly about to be top 3 net worth as well. But like, Tundra can defend any objective. So Nigma have entered a pretty awkward part of the game where they need to either accept that they farm on the towers or make a smoke into a pickoff and then try and get a tower from that. But yeah, right now, it's Tundra's game to make the next move.
RMN, he's stepping up to the wrong side of the river again. The Snaking, he's ready to help with the backup. In with the slow onto RMN. They perfectly dodged the light strike array. That's going to be RMN going down. Snaking, he's saving the boundless strike. They might actually have the lockdown and control to kill GH as well. The detection comes out a little bit late though. Won't allow 9 to land the ult there, as GH does make it away. But again, RMN dying around this mid area.
Oh, that's the beautiful thing. I'll put a high five during the charge, of course. Just to, yeah, see if anyone's there.
2k lead now for Tundra. Certainly starting to heat up there. 3 cores in the top spot. RTW, ooh, back over to the triangles, playing it safe, trying to get his farm up and hit that timing that is going to allow him to push with the team.
This stat just reminded me a beautiful thing. So with Spiritbreaker, you actually can right-click while charging. So if you're bugged, you can kill the bug during your charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of an interesting interaction.
As Micro does die top. It also applies for anything. So if you're charging over a ward, you can deward it.
Oh, they're going to get another dropping down the Seb spray as well as he points a finger to the death of Kuroki.
They're just struggling to take the fight right now. You know, like, Tundra just, they perfectly identify this. Like, if try and theory craft a fight for Nigma right now. How do they take a fight?
It's tough.
If Beastmaster rolls, they need Lina to be there with damage and they need Swarm. And then Luna and Warlock aren't really providing much right now. They're somewhat level dependent heroes, Luna obviously item dependent. But it's like you need the entirety of Nigma to be present to kill that single hero. And then you layer that with things like Primal Spring on Monkey King, Bulldoze on Spiritbreaker, the Surge. There's so many mechanisms for Tundra to punish this weakness in the draft right now, that this is their biggest moment in the game to just punish Nigma. Like, of course, Nigma, their heroes will scale. They will be able to take a fight going into, you know, areas with vision, when they have spells, when they have the kind of the vision. But again, right now, this is just Tundra really knowing that just what they can do with their heroes.
The RTW was able to clean up some nice stacks, so he's catching back up with the farm. Not too far behind that of Tundra's, but as you say, yeah, definitely timing still a concern here for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, and because GH has been playing into this safe lane, somewhat sacrificial as well. Like, he's only just completing his urn. He's now trying to farm up, but we now get to finally see potentially Nigma trying to make their first move of the game as they move towards top. I wouldn't be surprised if Tundra just bring every hero to this defense. They don't want to give up towers when they're, you know, 10 for 1 up.
For GH here, are they going to have damage before time lapse? They do. GH goes down, the siege creep pushing in. Tundra, they stick around and try to take this town. Nigma Galaxy looking for objectives on the other side of the map, though, and they've got very good pushing power themselves, of course, from RTW and Mind Control. They'll deal with tier 1 towers very quickly, and this is what you kind of need to see their lineup do, right, Nigma Galaxy, as you said. When they do group up, they have got a lot of synergy, but RMN steps up to the high ground. Tundra more than ready for that one, waiting for him in position as Fada immediately grips the Lina.
Yeah, unfortunately for RMN, he is kind of stepping up a little bit aggressive multiple times now. Just trying to get a little bit more farm on the map because, again, it's so difficult where Luna's soaking up everything.
Sure.
Weaver's farming bottom. Like, where does Lina farm right now? Like,
it's hard. Yeah.
I respect him trying to, like, get that extra camp, be a little bit more cheeky, but Tundra's reading that pretty well. You know, they go for top tower. Because they used an op bottom, they're like, okay, let's not bother defending top. Let's still play the air in case they make that play, and yeah, they are just ready for it. But people might be looking at RMN right now like, why are you dying? But if you look at the minimap, there is no farm to have. This map is very small right now.
Go for GH, but this time round without the ultimate of 9, they don't have the ability to lock him down completely.
Oh, I love the fact that pro players have evolved the build for Spirit Breaker, because when it initially was popularized by Zhao 8, it was always Echo Saber. The concept of, you have this Echo, you might disassemble for BKB, you want to lock onto a hero, right-click them, but it's about getting in and out of the fight. It's about being a nuisance. Utilize bulldoze, make sure their vision feels small because they're wasting sentries on you, make their economy feel bad because you're so hard to kill them. You just go Phase, Shadow Blade, maybe an Axe, a BKB, and then the rest of your team will carry you because you're just such a nuisance. Yeah, big fan of that.
Oh, they're trying to get him from this angle again, Nigma Galaxy. It's not easy, though. And they know this time that two of them, GH and Mind Control, will back off. And GH trying to scout things out. Skeeter, they're going to be able to find him. He's over to the creeps. They are not able to set things up with a roar there. Skeeter gets out in time.
But instantly, they draw the line on the minimap. They're like, guys, just let's run to mid. We have Golem. We have everything we need to at least try and take a fight. They're farming the map. You know, you got Monkey showing bottom, PA showing top.
Yeah, then they'll get fired up. But a big charge for Nightcuff, crashing in onto two of them. Wolf's been dropped down as well. RTW just gets caught in the front of it. That's the Luna gone. Knight staying on top of Iron, pushing it back. Skeeter jumps in over towards Kuroki. Iron will turn the Light Tracker Ray and the Laguna Blade. Nine trying to run out the side. He's ticking down low. He will fall. But they've lost 3 on Nigma Galaxy. Back in the river, Mind Control. He'll pop the roar. GH comes shakooching across, but there's not nearly enough damage to kill Skeeter. Skeeter, he's still good to go. Jumps in, picks up the triple kill onto Mind Control. Only GH left alive, and not for long. Tundra, they get the team wipe against Nigma Galaxy.
You see Nigma there, right? They're like, guys, they're showing bottom, they're showing top. Let's give it a go. They get the kill on the Bane. That's good, but the positioning of the Luna deep next to the tier 1 tower gets hit by the wall vacuum, and then at that point, you don't have the kind of positioning to take a secondary fight. Nigma, they're either crushing you within the time in which Golem gets dropped, or they're running away, retreating from the constant threat.
Have a look at it here.
Exactly. So you see hit the start, you have RMN, he gets slept up, but he catches Fada. It's looking pretty good. But this early on in the game, very easy for supports to buy back. 2-man charge from 9, and as soon as RTW's hitting that tower, you know it's a difficult position. He's completely disconnected from his team, and now Nigma, they have nothing in the tank. They're not ready to take this secondary fight. They were hoping for a quick pick into tower, but of course, Tundra, they're just quick to react. They show 2 side lanes, but they collapse within mid within, you know, 5 seconds. The speed in which they came to mid didn't allow Nigma this kind of cheeky play. It was a very bold play. Like, this is very much like a 25% chance of success play from Nigma, but they have to take it with how small that map is right now.
Oh man, his time is now 33. Aghanim's done. We saw as well in that fight, of course, the sort of build up from Skeeter, very effective this game. You know, isn't this the AFK Battle Fury build, the Maelstrom into the BKB? He's getting involved, and again, the farm is just rolling in for him now. 17-3, 15 minutes in. Only, I say only pretty lightly, but you know, 4K lead, it's not the end of the world. Now, ILTW's farm is still up there with the other two cores on that of Tundra. But the rest of his team still has to catch up behind him in 9. A bit of a poke.
But this is why the Shadowblade Rush is so fun on the hero, right? You charge on in, you make sure you use Bulldoze as you're about to connect, don't use it early on for more move speed, and then you just Shadowblade away. It's like, whoop, I'm here. You gotta use some vision to find me, and yeah, it's just, it's so scary. And like we mentioned, the idea that, you know, Luna does have the farm, but that's like the sacrifice of other heroes now losing gold, right? Like Beast and Lina, they're sacrificing their own ability to farm just to try and give RTW some access to the fight. And they really need to hope that Tundra tries to make a play right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be gone upon, and he will die. They get the kill, they step out. The Wukong's command, they won't be punished for that once. Nigma Galaxy able to pick up a kill, and maybe with one man down, they can look towards the mid lane. But 9, he's going to start heading straight into the front of this fight. Light Strike Ray will be dodged. 9 steps out of this as he pops the illusion rune. And, yeah, sort of just charging in at Nigma Galaxy, showing them. But even though they may be down a member on Tundra, they're not going to let this tier 1 tower fall.
Well, they have the Ags on Darkseer to enable the Spirit Breaker. And I think Nigma right now, they're like, guys, Bane doesn't have buyback used in the last time. We might try it, but they're just respecting the Spirit Breaker right now. Like, all Spirit Breaker has to do is hit a 2-3 man charge. PA will always be able to blow up that hero connected to that, and it's a wall on top. It is so scary to hit a tower in this game if you're Nigma, unless you had that good early lead. But that's why they're being disciplined, right? They're not going straight back at it. They're hitting the farm, they're waiting, because there will be a point where Tundra potentially could overextend, right? With heroes like PA, Monkey, Spirit Breaker, they're in the fight or not, right? Like if they jump in incorrectly one time, they don't have this instant disconnect mechanism, right? Unless maybe PA has an Ags to get a kill and reset, or Spirit Breaker has the BKB available, right? So maybe Nigma can play for that.
They're trying to set up top onto Fada, but it is just a Bane. And that Bane has got backup. Fada will die, but this is going to cost them at least mind control's life. It's going to cost them both for their lives.
He's now dominating.
That is not a trade that Nigma Galaxy want to be taking.
Yeah, pretty rough. And instantly 9 just starts invading the triangle with 2 big killers down for Nigma. There is no way they can take a real fight. So 9 just plonks in the face hit.
And with Skeeter backing him up, they can get the kill. No struggle at all. Tundra, I mean, just like that, they pick up all 3 cores of Nigma Galaxy within seconds from the top lane to the triangle.
And the beautiful thing is, like, look at the mini-map, the vision from Tundra. It's not as if they have a deep, dire ward in this triangle, right? It's simply the product of, guys, they're dead, run into the fog, run into this darkness and try and find anyone. If they're there, they will die. So, yeah, just Tundra just playing with the confidence that we saw them play with last week. And it's why they are quite a scary team right now, with, I think, easily probably top 2 seed in the European region right now, just based on performance thus far.
Yeah, just and saw the trajectory they've been on from last season. Sure, we didn't see them at TI, but they got close to it, and the improvement and progression of this squad has looked very impressive, and we're continuing to see it here. So far, 18 minutes in, looking to be in pretty good control of this game. We'll see what Nigma Galaxy can do to shake it up. They're trying again around this mid lane. Skeeter's got the BKB. He's ready to commit in. The roar will come out to hold Skeeter back for now, but here comes the backup from 9. Swinging across straight in onto RMN. RMN to fall, and now Tundra, they're ready to chase for more. They've got their eyes on mind control. Over in the mid, Nightmare controlling GH. Mind control gets finished off by Skeeter. The flash is coming onto GH. 3 dead, as again, Tundra showing no difficulty turning up to the fights around this mid lane. As Skeeter continues to go from strength to strength, 11k net worth, still 3k ahead of that of RTWs in just 19 minutes in. Everything continuing to look pretty up here for Tundra.
Yeah, Tundra was very much just understanding that they win any fight, right? I don't think we need to sugarcoat this anymore. Nigma right now, they have nearly no ways to be able to hit an objective with confidence. when there's the threat of the charge, this wall, and the amount of farm that they have. And of course, Monkey King had the Orchid as well. Just, you know, the final straw on the camel back there. So it very much is Nigma, they need to just somehow push out the waves. When you say this in a cast, you know it's a rough point in game. They need to push out waves, hope for a pickoff, and just survive through the Aegis. Like, that is...
I mean, Snaking's getting a little bit of solo action pretty much. He will come in to finish off the job. Yeah, with that Orchid causing issues here as Mind Control continues to have his game. You know, it's just completely ruined here pretty much. I mean, you see on the net worth, Snaking as the support Monkey King, he's just about to overtake Mind Control and engulf this match. We're seeing some crazy numbers elsewhere as well. You know, Skeeter, look at his levels, level 18. You know, I don't think there's anyone anywhere close to that on Nigma Galaxy's side right now. He is so far ahead in the XP. Yeah, closest, ILTW level 14. Yeah. Skeeter is massive.
And then you look at his poor old Bane level. I just hit level 10. Okay, cool. Hitting double digits, but yeah. Everyone else is 15 plus, and poor old Bane. Yeah, 7k damage. Luna, though, level 2.9. Looking a bit shy here.
It's been a
rough one.
Not been able to find the opportunities to pop off in the fight so far, LTW.
Not yet, but with the BKB, yeah, hopefully for Nigma, if Tundra again overextend, don't have BKBs available, Eclipse can be that turnaround factor. But Tundra just need to be disciplined with how they use their aggression because they have it in the bucket loads right now.
They've got to be careful around this too on tower defense. Tundra more than ready to jump in onto Nigma Galaxy.
Because Radiant just Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Another thing is what we didn't mention is this is a Warlock game.
Immediately, Skeeter jumps in, takes him out. The wall's been dropped down. Nigma Galaxy's got to run out to W box the BKB, but they're in with damage. The Royal will hold back to get him with the grips there. From Fada, locking down ILTW. He goes down as one of the tier 2 down. 33. They're ready to run up to the tier 3s. They're charging in.
Ready, really gonna get to do this.
Triple kill for Skeeter.
Nice.
It's getting messy, T. It's getting messy. When you see them dive in tier 3s, the tier 1's still up in the mid lane. What can they do going in? And it seems nothing right now. 28 to 5.
Radiant's middle tower just got
15
wrecked.
as well. Like, poor old Kuroki. He just sees RMN 100 to 0. He sees his Luna get gripped. He's like, boys, do you want me to golem? Oh, wait, if I golem, you're still dead. Like, it is so difficult. And I'm in absolute love with how Nine is playing Spirit Breaker right now. The Shadow Blade, absolute nuisance, thrown in their side, instantly BKB, not messing around with any of these other items. Just be the unkillable threat, get into the middle of the fight, and enable the aggression. Enable Snaking to get that good spring, get the Orchid off, and give the confidence of PA of going, wait, you've soaked up the damage, I can then jump in as well. Because if Raw's wasted, if Golem's wasted, it's a bottom lane game. Oh, here's the damage.
They jump in. The goal's going to be dropped, but ILTW's been focused by Skeeter. Can Skeeter finish him off? Jumps in the bash, and there he can. Skeeter gets the kill. He will lose his life for this, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2, and the backup comes in. Snaking drops the ultimate.
They're going to dive.
They're diving up to the tier 3s again. In with the bashes into Mind Control. Mind Control steps back, turns with the axes, but RMN goes down. It's not looking pretty here for Nigma Galaxy as Mind Control's just trying to hide in the trees. He won't be able to stay hidden. They'll find him. Kuro, can he survive this? He can't. The vacuum's there, dragging him back out and into the face of Skeeter. Skeeter claims another life.
I'm angry about this.
Absolute beautiful aggression from Tundra. But, you know, let's give a little bit of praise to the Warlock there. He did do 2.5k damage in that fight, and we did see the effects of Fatal Bond slightly. You know, the idea that Tundra, they all got put to like 25%, 20% HP due to the kind of the tickling damage, the bonds hitting on 4 or 5. There are 4 melee heroes on Tundra, but again, it's a little bit late. You know, I'm kind of sugarcoating this a little bit just to, you know, get through that fight for Nigma, but I can see why maybe the Warlock's working out, but the weaknesses of Warlock are way more present right now. The inability to actually take any of these defensive engagements is very clear, and yeah, Tundra, 33 kills to 5.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a scary looking scoreboard.
Haste.
Who's died on? 3 deaths for Fada. Okay.
RMN. It's gonna be another one there.
Hold on.
Own it.
Oh, in the mid. They find Fada. See if they can get him. Meanwhile, Silence grips on LTW. We might be seeing the G's. There we are.
2 of them clean.
We are. There we go. GG. 24 minutes in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It was another rough one. Of course, Nigma Galaxy, they're not playing with their full lineup right now. RMN standing in.